I feel like the West has made so many promises, like living your best life, getting a good job that will pay you a lot of money and you don't have to worry. Being comfortable with a lifestyle that in reality, you're probably going to be struggling. People coming from Africa, from Nigeria, from all parts of Africa, going to the UK, the US, they feel like the UK, the US is going to be a place where all of their goals are going to be met, and then they go to the UK and the US and they're having to be stuck with a job they don't like, work in the system, scraping, getting by every single day, and it's not what they actually expected, and it doesn't really align with the lifestyle that they want to live in the long term. So when I was young, I would see my parents working non-stop, and I would see them suffer at times. Sometimes they would get a bit emotional because the job that they're working is only enough to pay for the high rent in the UK, or they're only left with a bit of money to actually enjoy themselves. Just seeing that on their faces, the emotional impact on their lives, it made me a bit sad at times, and it made me realize that is the UK, is the West, is it really the promised land for me? Is it the place where I see myself in the long term? Because I feel like my parents were working so hard to pay for the rent, the bills, that we did not really have that much money left, go on holiday, go to Jamaica, go to even Spain. Until recently, my parents broke out of the 9 to 5. They don't do 9 to 5 anymore. They have their own childcare agency, and now they're living a much better lifestyle, and now they can go wherever they want in the world. They have that freedom. So this made me realize that what I've been taught in school about eventually trying to get a job after I graduate and stuff like that, that did not really sit well with me, because of the fact that I saw my parents break out of that 9 to 5 hustle. And one of the moments that made me actually question myself, I saw my parents suffering, I did not want that in my own life, I did not want to bring up my children, and I did not want them to watch me suffer and, try to scramble and find money to pay for the bills and stuff like that. And I did not want to watch my future children, like if I was to bring up a child in the UK, I would not want them to go through that same level of suffering that my parents did, and God forbid that I do not want to go through. But I do know that if I want to live that lifestyle abroad, I have to go through that struggle in the UK to be able to say that, okay, cool, yes, I can live my dream life in Kenya, in Africa. And I felt like it's helped me actually focus on what I want to accomplish, whether that be going to Kenya and moving to Kenya, or moving to Africa. Also, because my parents are from Nigeria and they came to the UK, when my mom said that she would never get a UK passport, and she's been here for about 20 years, she's been in the UK, she's telling me that she would never get a UK passport because she feels that the UK is not where she belongs. And why would she want to get a passport that she feels like doesn't align with her values and the way she is as a person? My mom is Nigerian, and Nigerians, if you don't know, we're hustlers. We hustle all the time. Anywhere we go, whether we go to Kenya or whether we go to Angola, we're always going to set up a shop and do business. We're hustlers, we like to hustle and make money. That's just who we are. So yeah. And this just made me realize how important my African roots are, and me connecting with my Nigerian ancestry and my life in Africa, how it all links together. So it made me want to explore more of where I come from, because just my mum saying that she doesn't see herself in the UK. Like, that's why she's not getting the passport. So this has taught me that in terms of going for education and actually making money, the UK is good, the US is good. In the long term, especially if you're coming from the African countries, you've never been to the West, you've never been to the UK, you've never been to the US before, they would try to sell you a dream that the UK, the US is the best place. Sometimes you might experience your own friends encouraging you to go to the West, but if you feel like it's not where you would actually want to go, then don't go. That's what I would say. Just try and build something in your own country. Of course, if you want to go to UK, US, you can go. It's really good for education. It's really good for making money as well. You know, yes, people are successful in the UK or the US, you know, but it's up to you what you want to do. And it's taught me that if your friends are telling you that, oh, wow, the West, the UK, the US is so nice, there's so many celebrities, you yourself have to make your own judgment, you know. You can't judge a book by its cover, you know. You have to go there to actually experience what I'm talking about, you know. Whereas you're coming from a country in Africa where you pretty much can live a comfortable lifestyle, you know. So you have to decide for yourself. You have to actually go to the country and visit the country yourself to know if that is the place for you. For example, I had to realize that the West was not for me, because when I saw the level of suffering that my parents had to go through, I had to make that decision that yes, that's not the type of lifestyle that I would want to live. So yeah, if you want more inspiration, more motivation to move to Africa, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and also comment down below what you think is the West for you. And yeah, peace.